Hours later. Here everything would happen as in the original story, with them being locked in the maximum security vault, Peter learning to use his web shooters with their functions, discovering all the functions of the suit, all this while Izuku did some exercises like push-ups and sit-ups, until the part where they discover that the sphere is an explosive core. Spider-Man, so we've been carrying a bomb? Karen, radiation is required for it to enter an explosive state. Deku, try to open the container, I'll try to call Ned. Hours later. The vault would be open, they would be on a truck heading toward Washington, D.C., while at the decathlon, everyone would be preparing. Minutes later. Deku and Spider-Man would be on the road. Deku, Karen, find the fastest way to decathlon. Karen, where is it? Spider-Man, right in front of the Washington Monument. Karen, calculating route. Spider-Man, Ned doesn't answer. Karen, fastest route found. Deku, climb on my back. Spider-Man would listen, and upon climbing onto Izuku's back, he would activate his one for all at 15%, and run at full speed. With the others, they would have already won the decathlon and were heading to the Washington Monument. Spider-Man, Ned, I'm glad you're okay. Ned, Peter, are you okay? Spider-Man, Ned, that shiny thing. Ned, don't worry, it's safe, it's in my backpack. Spider-Man, no, listen, she's dangerous. Ned, you missed the decathlon, I covered for you, we're at the Washington Monument. At that, Liz takes the phone from him. Liz, Peter, is that you? Spider-Man, Liz, give me Ned again. Liz, irresponsible, you're lucky we won. I'd like to get mad, but... Hey, what's wrong with you? Spider-Man, I have to talk to Ned urgently and... Hello? Hello? Shit, can you go faster? Deku, I'm going as fast as I can. The others would be going up the elevator, until suddenly, the energy sphere in Ned's backpack would explode. In turn, the two heroes would arrive. Spider-Man, no. Deku, Karen, what's going on upstairs? Karen, the Chittery core exploded, causing severe damage to the elevator. MJ, my friends came up. Spider-Man and Deku, what? Spider-Man, don't worry, everything will be okay. He said, starting to climb. Karen, I estimate 10 minutes for a catastrophic failure. The security systems are down. The students are in mortal danger. Deku, Karen, you're not helping. Karen, you now have 157 seconds to catastrophic failure. Spider-Man, where do I enter? Karen, southwest window. Deku, Karen, how fast should I go to get to the top? Karen, if you go back 500 meters and use 15%, you can get to the top. Deku, okay, everyone move aside. They listened, to which Izuku stepped back and activated one for all at 15%, running outside the building, reaching the top, reaching Izuku, holding onto the top with his whips. Spider-Man would try to break the glass, but he couldn't. Spider-Man, why? Karen, it's 10 cm armored glass, try it with more momentum. This would do the same thing as in the original story, until the helicopters arrived. Officer, identify yourselves or we will open fire. Deku, no, I'm Deku, an Avenger, he's coming with me. Officer, understood, don't shoot. Delu, I have a plan. With the others, the elevator would almost fall. Spider-Man, it's crazy. Deku, do you have a better idea? Spider-Man would start to go to the top of the tower, throwing himself towards the helicopter, surrounding it, breaking the glass, entering, in turn the elevator would fall, but Spider-Man would throw a bouncing web, catching the elevator as it fell, while Deku entered. Deku, you got it? Spider-Man, got it. He spoke quickly, as he fell while the elevator also did, but it stopped, causing Spider-Man to fall into it, but the elevator would fall again, but it would throw a spider web. Deku, 15%. He said, catching the web, but as a result, he would dislocate his shoulder. Spider-Man, Deku, how are you? Deku, I dislocated my shoulder. Whatever you're planning, do it now. Spider-Man, hold it tight. This would start pulling the web, causing them to rise, reaching a floor, where they would evacuate the students little by little, but the web would be breaking in the middle. Deku, quick. Liz was only missing to be evacuated, but before going, the elevator fell, causing Liz to fall too, but Spider-Man would catch her with his web, leaving her with the others. At that, the web breaks, causing Spider-Man to fall into the void. Deku, Spider. He said, jumping, going to catch Spider-Man. The students only saw Deku fall at great speed, then catch Spider-Man and jump, staying with them, leaving Spider-Man on the floor, while he touched his dislocated shoulder. Spider-Man, Deku, how are you? Deku, I've been worse. Spider-Man, he requires medical attention. He said, and then some guards helped him stand up, starting to walk towards the exit, passing by all the students. Deku, nice dress. Gwen, thank you. Hours later, everyone would be in New York. The next day, everyone at the academy was talking about what had happened the day before. Izuku and Peter were walking until Ned arrived. Ned, how does it feel to be famous but no one knows it's you? Peter, super crazy. Izuku, okay, let's go, we're running late. Peter, I'm not going to class. Ned, you might be in trouble for skipping the decathlon. Peter, I figured it out, right? The guy with the wings steals from damage control, and with what he steals, he makes the weapons. All that's left is to catch him. Izuku, yeah, look, you stop there because you won't. Peter, but. Izuku, you promised. Peter, but. Ned, we also have a literature exam. Peter, Ned, I'm probably not coming back to this school anymore, Stark is moving north. Ned, are you going to drop out of high school? Peter, it's just that. High school is too small for me. Director, Parker, to my office, now. This is how everything in the original story would happen, Peter punished, this one would skip it, Peter interrogating the arms buyer from the bridge, interrogating him discovering where a new buyer and the Vulture would meet. On a roof. Spider-Man, answer. In class. Izuku's cell phone would ring, seeing that it's Peter. Izuku, Professor, I can answer, it's my mother. Teacher, is it important? Izuku, I guess so. Teacher, you're lucky you finished the test, go answer it outside, 5 minutes. This would come out, and then answer. Izuku, this better be important. Spider-Man, those with the guns, I know where they're going to be. Izuku, you skipped punishment? Besides, what did I tell you? Spider-Man, I know, but if you could come. Izuku, sorry Peter, but no. Spider-Man, what? Izuku, you're alone. He said, hanging up. Spider-Man, hello? Never mind, I'll do it alone. So the same thing happened, Spider-Man knowing the face of the Vulture, the fight on the ship, until the Vulture would arrive. At the academy, Izuku would be talking to Ned until he got a call. Izuku, Stark? Tony, kid, pass me Parker. Izuku, but he's not here. Tony, he said he was in the band. In that, Izuku the screen, of a television, watching Spider-Man fight against the Vulture. Izuku, that idiot. Tony, yeah, I'm also watching the news. It'll take me a while to get there. Izuku, I'm going there. With Spider-Man. The ship would be splitting in half. Spider-Man, no, what do I do now? Vulture, it's your end, Spider-Man. He said to take out a gun and point it at him, but then, Deku would arrive grabbing him with the black whips. Spider-Man, are you here? Deku, you take care of the ship, I'll take care of him. He said to jump towards the Vulture. Thus happening everything from the original story, Spider-Man trying to prevent the ship from dividing, Iron Man arriving to help, Izuku would fight with Vulture, but he would throw him into the ship, thus escaping. Iron Man, kid, hold it while I fix the boat. Spider-Man, done. Iron Man, I was talking to Deku. Deku, yes. He would use the whips to hold the ship up so Iron Man could repair it. So, going on from the original story, Iron Man taking off Peter's suit, he turns into a good student again, inviting Liz to the dance, to which Izuku would also invite Gwen, these two putting on suits. Gwen and Liz would be at Liz's house when Izuku and Peter would arrive, and when they opened the door, Liz's father greeted them. Adrian, you must be Izuku and Peter. I'm Liz's father. Here come those hands. He said, shaking each of their hands. Adrian, come in. These would pass, and Adrian would go to the kitchen, to which Izuku was going to follow him but was stopped by Peter. Peter, the Vulture. Izuku, Peter, don't come with that now, Peter, that's him. He's the leader of the traffickers. Izuku, what? Really? Peter, yes, what do we do? Izuku, just pretend, act normal. At that moment, Liz's mother passes by. Mother, hello Izuku, hello Peter. You look good. Izuku, thank you, ma'am. Mother, I'm going to call the girls. Adrian, are you alright, guys? You look pale. Izuku, it's just that we're nervous. Adrian, I see, I'll get you something to drink, whiskey, tequila. Peter, no. We're old enough to drink. Adrian, correct answer. Peter, yes. Adrian, wow. He said so that the two turned around and saw Liz in a red dress, and Gwen in a yellow dress. Liz, please don't embarrass me, Dad. Adrian, you look amazing, don't you, Peter? Peter, yes. Adrian, once again, correct answer. Izuku, you look amazing. Gwen, you look very handsome too. Adrian, well, since I'm your driver, we should go. I have a flight to catch in a few hours. Izuku, yes. Liz, good. On the way, Adrian would realize that Peter is Spider-Man, and upon arrival, the three would get off, but Adrian would threaten Peter, who a few moments later, would enter the dance. Peter, damn, I left my phone in Adrian's car. Izuku, are you okay? Peter, yes. Izuku, okay, go get your suit, we have to go get it. Peter, no. Look, I messed up with Stark. I don't want to mess things up anymore. My life is looking up, and now I'm going to dance with Liz. Izuku, yeah, you messed up with Stark. You said you were nothing without the suit, but it's not the only one you have. So, welcome to Deku's internship. Peter, why? Izuku, I can't do it without you, kid. Let's go get your suit. Peter, but Liz. Just then, Liz arrives. Liz, ready Peter? Izuku would go to a door while watching Peter. Peter, I have to go. Liz, what? Peter, seriously, I'm sorry for doing this to you. He said to run away. Izuku would follow him, but was seen by Gwen, who only managed to see Izuku. At the back of the academy, Spider-Man was putting on his launchers, but Deku received a shocker blow, sending him flying along with Spider-Man, causing their launchers to fall. Shocker, he gave you a choice. Bad choice. Spider-Man went for his launchers, but Shocker hit a bus making it backward, colliding with Spider-Man. Gwen would be watching this through a window, since she couldn't find Izuku, she would be looking for him, and she came across that scene. Shocker was going to hit Spider-Man, but a web thrown by Ned would stop him. Spider-Man, good shot. Deku, smash. He said hitting Shocker, to which Spider-Man would wrap him in web. At that point the three would meet, but Izuku would take off his mask. Spider-Man, Ned, the guy with wings is Liz's father. Izuku, we have to tell Stark. Spider-Man, call Happy Hogan, he's the head of security. Get a computer and track my phone. Izuku, come on. He said turning around, to find a Gwen with her mouth open. Gwen, you are Deku. Izuku, no, that's not true. Gwen, yes you are. Izuku, no, that's not true. Gwen, I saw you yelling smash and you took off your mask. Izuku, no, it's okay, but don't tell anyone. Gwen, are you kidding? I'm obviously going to tell everyone. Izuku, no, Gwen, listen. Gwen, are you crazy? Everyone should know, you'd be famous, more than. Not knowing what to do, Izuku kissed Gwen, making her fall, to which she would reciprocate, while Peter and Ned watched that in amazement, until Izuku would separate. Izuku, please don't tell anyone. Gwen, okay. Understood. Izuku, thank you. Spider-Man, run, we have to catch him before he leaves the city. Deku, help Ned with whatever he needs. Gwen, understood. Deku, get in. So, following the original story, tracking Adrian, discovering that he's going to steal Stark's plane, the collapse in the industrial park in Brooklyn, Spider-Man and Deku trapped, but they managed to get out, until the part where they were already out of the plane. Deku held on with his black whips, while Spider-Man with his powers and webs. Deku, don't let go. Spider-Man, what do you think I'm doing? Deku, help me with this. They tried to remove the wings that were attached to the plane, until they could move them a little, but the wings began to activate, starting to fly, and these two tried to climb onto the roof of the plane. Spider-Man, the typical dance night. Outside a plane in mid-flight. Fighting with my father-in-law. Deku, the same as every day. The vulture would attack them, but Spider-Man would hold on to it, but it would separate from the plane, to which Deku would grab it with his whips by little, releasing the vulture, who by mistake, would damage an engine, causing the plane to begin to fall slowly. These would be on the roof of the plane, the main engine would be damaged, falling much faster. Vulture, I won't leave empty-handed. He said to start making a hole in the plane. Deku, help me spin this. Deku would use his whips, and Spider-Man his web, trying to turn the plane, which he would succeed in doing, but it would be heading towards the beach, descending very quickly. Deku, prepare yourself because it will be a strong impact. In the end, the plane would crash, throwing the three of them to the ground, rolling non-stop. Both of them would take off their masks, a little stunned. But there was no time to recover, as the vulture attacked them. Dodging the attack, Deku would grab it with his whips. However, since he was somewhat weak, they weren't as resistant, so the vulture managed to remove them. The vulture would grab them with its feet, digging its claws into both of them, starting to hit them, until Izuku stopped it, hitting it with 5%. Spider-Man grabbed him with his webs, jumping towards him, landing a few blows, but he would take it away, sending him to the ground. Just as he was about to finish them, he saw a box, so he left them and went for the box, but his wings were about to explode. To which Deku would try to get him out of the wings, but it was too late since they exploded. Peter, we have to go. Izuku, let's go. They would search for Adrian, and after searching, they would find him. A few minutes later, Happy and others were seen watching what was happening, finding the boxes grouped together, wrapped in spider webs, with a message from Peter. Then what happened in the original story happened, with Happy thanking Peter, Tony also apologizing, asking him if he wanted to be an Avenger, but Peter rejected him for the moment, saying that he wanted to continue being Spider-Man protecting the city where he lives, giving him back the suit, and Tony giving the news that he is going to marry Pepper. Outside the Avengers facility, Peter was leaving, and would meet Izuku. Izuku, did you accept? Peter, no. Izuku, quite mature. Peter, yes. Izuku, and what happened to Liz? Peter, I guess she won't be talking to me for a long time. And Gwen? Izuku, since she found out I'm Deku she hasn't stopped talking to me, but she's a good girl haha. Peter, yes. Izuku, do you want a tour of the barracks? Peter, really? Izuku, sure, why not? Peter, walking. By this point Izuku controlled 20% of One for All, he controlled his whips much better. Gwen had left the country for a family trip for a few days. Somewhere in space. A destroyed ship could be seen. Mo, hear me, and rejoice. You have had the privilege of being saved by the great Titan. You might consider it suffering. No. This is your salvation. The universal scales are being balanced, thanks to your sacrifice. Smile. For even in death, you have become children of Thanos. Thanos, I know what it feels like to lose. To feel deep down that you're right. And then fail anyway. He said to grab a badly wounded Thor. Thanos, it's terrifying. But I ask you, to what end? Fear it, flee from it, but destiny always arrives. And now it's here. Or should I say, I am here. He said, squeezing his glove, which had the power gem in it. Thor, you talk too much. Thanos, the third act. Or your brother's head. I suppose you have a preference. Loki, oh yes, I do. Finish him off. He said that Thanos would put the power gem on Thor's head, starting to torture him. Loki, okay, that's enough. I would leave this one. Thor, the Tesseract, was destroyed in Asgard. Loki would extend his hand, and the third act would appear. Thor, you are the worst brother. Loki, I assure you, brother. The sun will rise again. Thanos, ha ha ha. Your optimism is misplaced, Asgardian. Loki, first of all, I'm not an Asgardian. And besides, we have a Hulk. In that, Hulk would attack Thanos, but as in the original story, Thanos would easily defeat him. Heimdall, Allfathers. May the dark magic flow through me one last time. He said to use the Bifrost to send Hulk to Earth, making everything happen like in the original story, the death of Loki, Thanos obtaining the space gem, and the total destruction of the ship. Minutes later, Tony and Pepper were in a park, until a portal opened, from which a man in a cape emerged. Strange, Tony Stark, I'm Dr. Stephen Strange. I need you to come with me. Pepper and Tony didn't know what was happening. Strange, oh, and congratulations on the wedding. Tony, excuse me, are you giving out tickets to the circus? Strange, we need your help. I'm not kidding when I say the fate of the universe is at stake. Tony, who do we require? Then, surprisingly for Tony and Pepper, Bruce appeared. Bruce, hey Tony. Pepper. He said to hug them. Thus, the conversation about the Infinity Gems continued until the part where everything was chaos in the city. Tony, Friday, what am I watching? Friday, I'm not sure, I'm working on it. Tony, you might want to keep that gem in your pocket. Strange, maybe I want to use it. Upon reaching a street, they could see a gigantic circular-shaped ship. Elsewhere, on a school bus. Peter, who saw the ship with his spider sense, could be seen getting very surprised, touching Izuku's shoulder, who was next to him. Izuku, what's happening? He said looking at the spaceship. Izuku, what the hell? Peter, Ned, hey Ned, we need you to distract them. Ned, oh, really? We're going to die. There's a spaceship. They all went to the back to see her. To which Izuku and Peter would put on their respective masks and leave through a window. Stan, please. Have you never seen a spaceship? With Peter and Izuku, they would be swinging to get to the place. With Tony and the others. Strange, Tony, Bruce, and Wong could be seen in front of some aliens. Mo, hear me, and rejoice. You are about to die at the hands of Thanos' children. Be grateful, for your insignificant lives. Will now contribute to. Tony, yeah, listen, the land is closed today. So pack your things and get going. Mo, Gem Bearer. Does this talking animal speak for you? Strange, of course not, I speak for myself. Tony, so go away, Squidward. Mo, he exhausts me. Bring me the gem. He said so that the alien who accompanied him would come for him. Tony, Bruce, are you joining? Bruce, no, I don't want to but. When do I get what I want? Tony, exactly. Bruce would try to transform. Tony, good to have you back. Bruce, quiet, I need to concentrate. He would try again, but he couldn't. Tony, and the other guy? Bruce, I don't know, we had a thing. Tony, there's no time for things, the thing is there. Bruce would try again, without success. Tony, hey, you're embarrassing me in front of the bad guys. Bruce, I try, but he doesn't want to. Tony, okay, I'll take care of it. He said putting on his nanobot armor, hitting the alien, taking out 4 cannons, and shooting it sending it flying. Bruce, Tony, where did that come from? Iron Man, nanotechnology, do you like it? A little gift from. It didn't end, as the other Mo had sent him flying with his telekinetic power. With Peter and Izuku. Peter, hurry up. Izuku, what do you think I'm doing? They said putting on the suit. With Iron Man. This one was in a park fighting with the alien with the gun, until he was going to attack Iron Man, but then, Spider-Man would arrive. Spider-Man, hello handsome, is everything okay Mr. Stark? Iron Man, kid, where did you come from? Spider-Man, we were on our way to Brock. It didn't end, since the alien sent him to a fountain, to attack Iron Man again but this time, Deku would appear, hitting him with 15% sending him to a tree. Deku, and where did this come from? Iron Man, ah. He comes from space and came to steal a necklace from a magician. With Strange. Mo had Strange on a wall. Mo, what nice powers, you must be very popular with the kids. He said trying to remove the eye of Agamotto, but only burned his hand. Strange, it's a simple but unbreakable spell. Mo, I'll tear it out of your corpse. He said, throwing Strange to the ground. With the others. Deku, is that a banner? Bruce, hee, hello Izuku. At that, they see a cape fly. Iron Man, kid, that's the magician, take charge, Midoriya, you're staying with me. Spider-Man, I'm going. This one would go for Strange, getting it, but would be caught by a beam from the ship. Spider-Man, hey, this is abducting me. Tony, come on kid. Due to carelessness, the alien almost killed Deku and Iron Man, but Wong would arrive, sending him to a portal to the South Pole, and about to return, Wong would close the portal. Iron Man, Wong, you're invited to my wedding, kid, come with me. Izuku, yes. Both of them flew off, Deku with his rocket backpack, and Iron Man with his boosters. Note, Izuku's backpack would have the same speed as Iron Man's propellers. They were both heading to the ship, which Peter was outside. Iron Man, Peter, let go, I'll catch you here. Spider-Man, he told me to stay with the wizard. I can't breathe. He said, taking off his mask. Deku, Friday, give us more power. He said so that the propellants of both had more power. Tony, activate 17A. At that moment, an object would emerge from the Avengers headquarters, heading towards the ship. Peter would fall from where he was holding on, but then, an armor covered him. It was the Iron Spider, which when equipped, Spider-Man could breathe. Spider-Man, Mr. Stark, this smells like a new car. Iron Man, glad you like it, kid. Have a good trip. Send him home on Friday. At that, a parachute was activated in Spider-Man. Spider-Man, oh please. Tony and Izuku would manage to enter the ship. Friday, incoming call from Miss Potts and Miss Stacy. Izuku, I'll answer there. Pepper, Tony, I finally got you. Are you okay? What's going on? Tony, yes, but I think we'll have to postpone dinner for another day. Pepper, why? Tony, well, maybe I'll be gone. For a while. With Izuku. Izuku, and that's what happened. Gwen, please Izu, please come back, you don't know if. Come back. Friday, we lost them from the line. Outside the ship, Spider-Man was seen hanging with his web, hiding inside the ship. Spider-Man, why didn't I stay on the bus? On Earth. Bruce would grab Tony's cell phone. Bruce, where are you going? Wong, they have the gem, the sanctuary is unprotected. What will you do? Bruce, I have to make a call. He said so Wong would close the portal. In another part of space. There was a spaceship boarded by 6 individuals, the Guardians of the Galaxy, listening to Rubber Band Man. Peter, hey, y'all, prepare yourself for the rubber band. Yee-ah. Sing Drax. Drax was asleep, Gamora was humming the song, Rocket was bored, Mantis was waiting to arrive, and Groot was playing a video game. Rocket, remind me why we're doing this. Gamora, it's a distress signal, someone may be dying. Drax would wake up. Rocket, yes, but why do we do it? Peter, because we're good. And maybe the caller will give us a little money for our efforts. Gamora, which is not the point. Peter, which is not the point. In the end, if they don't want to pay. Drax, we took their ship. Peter, exactly. Bye, bingo. Mantis, we're almost there. Peter, okay, Guardians, this might be dangerous, so everyone put on your evil faces. Groot, turn that off, I'm not going to repeat it. Groot. Groot, I am Groot. Peter, wow. Rocket, what a mouth. Gamora, hey. Drax, wow. Peter, you have big acorns, my friend. Rocket, you've been acting like a jerk ever since you got some sap. If you keep this up, I'm going to break that thing to pieces. At that, they reached their destination, seeing a destroyed ship, and Thor would crash into his ship, opening his eye, to which the Guardians put him into the ship. Peter, how is this guy still alive? Drax, he's not a jerk. And you are. He's a handsome and muscular man, Quill. Peter, muscular me? Rocket, as you think, Quill, you're one sandwich away from bursting. Peter, oh yeah. Drax, that's right Quill, you have a belly and a belly. Peter, what? Gamora, do you think I'm? He saw how Gamora would move away from him, surrounding Thor. Mantis, he is anxious, angry, feels a painful loss, and guilt. He said while touching her head. Drax, looks like a pirate had a baby with an angel. Peter, wow, you just opened my eyes, well, I'll buy a treadmill, and some weights. Gamora, her muscles look like they're made of metal fibers. Peter, stop massaging his muscles. He said so Gamora would let him go. Peter, wake him up. Mantis would wake Thor, who woke up aggressive, but when he got up he calmed down. "Thor, and who are you?" he said, seeing the guards pointing their weapons at him. So, what happened in the original story is Thor, Rocket, and Groot going to create their new weapon in Nidavellir, and the Guardians going to nowhere for the Reality Stone. On Earth, Wanda and Vision could be seen at a train station, surrounded by two of Thanos' children, Vision on the ground, badly injured, and Wanda in front, protecting him. At that moment, a train would pass by, but what caught the aliens' attention was that after the train passed, a shadow was seen, to which the female alien threw her weapon, but the shadow caught it. As they approached the light, the shadow revealed itself to be Steve Rogers. Sam immediately punched the woman, throwing her into a shopping mall. Then Natasha arrived, and Steve threw the weapon at her, stabbing Archon. Then he kicked him, leaving him badly injured on the ground. Then everything would happen like in the original story, with the escape of these two, the team taking Vision and Wanda to the Avengers headquarters. Nowhere. The Guardians of the Galaxy were seen hiding, watching as Thanos had the merchant on the ground. "Merchant, I already told you. I already sold it. Why would I lie?" Thanos, "Because I imagine it's like breathing for you." Merchant, "It would be suicide." Thanos, "Then you understand. Not even you would hand over an object of that much value." Merchant, "I had no idea of its value." Thanos, "Then you're even dumber than I thought." Drax, "It's him. Today is the day. I will avenge the deaths of my wife and my daughter." On that, Peter would stop him. Peter, No, Drax, he doesn't have the gem yet." Drax, "No. For my daughter. For my wife," he said, taking off Peter and going for Thanos, but before taking a step, Mantis would put him to sleep, to which Drax would fall but would make a lot of noise, to which the Guardians would hide while Thanos would look for them. Peter, "Okay, Gamora, Mantis, right." At that, Gamora went on the attack. Peter, "The other right." Gamora would attack Thanos, but he would grab the sword, thus breaking the blade, but Gamora would stab it in his throat, and then with the double-bladed knife that Thanos gave her as a child, stab it in his chest, causing Thanos to fall to the floor. Thanos, "Why? Why your daughter?" At that, Gamora would begin to cry in front of Thanos' body, while kneeling, and Drax would be waking up. Peter, "That was easy." But then, Thanos' voice was heard. "Thanos, is it sadness I sense from you, daughter? In my heart, I knew you cared." In that, all of Nohur would become a destroyed and burning place, Thanos' body would disappear, and the real one would appear. Thanos, "Reality is often disappointing. Or at least it was," he said while showing his glove, having a red gem, which was the gem of reality. Thanos, "Now, reality can be as I wish." Gamora would try to take her sword, but Thanos stopped her, grabbing her to immobilize her. Drax, "Thanos." He would go on the attack, but Thanos with the reality gem, Thanos would deform him, just like Mantis. Peter, "Eggplant. Let her go," he said as he pointed at him and walked towards him. Peter, "I told you to the right." Gamora, "Now?" Peter, "Let her go, Thanos." Thanos, "Ah, so your boyfriend." Peter, "No. I think I'm more of a Titan killing type than a great lover. Let her go." Gamora, "Peter. Peter, or I swear I'll blow that striped scrotum-shaped chin off your face." Gamora, "Not him, Peter. You promised." Peter would think about it, and go on to point the gun at Gamora. Thanos, "Ah, daughter, you're expecting too much from him. He told you to do it, no. Do it." Seeing that Peter wasn't shooting, he brought Gamora closer to the gun. Thanos, "Do it." Peter was almost crying. Peter, "I told you to the right." Gamora, "I love you. More than anything in the world." Peter would close his eyes and shoot, but when he pulled the trigger, bubbles came out, as Thanos using the Reality Stone, would do it. Thanos, "I like him," he said to escape with the space gem, taking Gamora with him. On Earth, Avengers headquarters. Rowdy would be talking to a real-time hologram of Secretary Rose, until they would be interrupted by the arrival of the captain and the others. Steve, "Mr. Secretary." Rose, "How shameless he is. There's no doubt about it." Natasha, "It would serve you well to be one." Rose, "The world is on fire, and you think all is forgiven?" Steve, "I didn't come here for your forgiveness. And I no longer ask for your permission." The land no longer has its greatest defender, and we're back to fighting. If you get in the way, we'll fight you. Rose, arrest them. Rowdy, you're in charge. He said to remove the hologram. Rowdy, it's a court-martial. Nice to see you, Cap. He said, shaking Steve's hand and hugging Natasha. Rowdy, they really look bad. It's been a tough 2 years. Sam, yeah. The hotels weren't exactly 5 stars. Voice, I think they look great. Upon closer inspection, they saw that it was Bruce, which would surprise everyone. Natasha, hello Bruce. Bruce, hello Natasha. Sam, this is awkward. They would make the same plan of going to Wakanda, removing the gem, and destroying it. In Wakanda, T'Challa was seen walking with his most faithful general to a farm. General, the royal guard is already on alert. T'Challa, and the border tribe? Genera, only a few remained. T'Challa, warn the Yabani, too. M'Baku enjoys these fights. General, and what are you going to do with him? T'Challa, he may be weary of war. But the White Wolf has had enough rest. Upon arrival, one of the guards placed a briefcase on a table, opening it to reveal a vibranium arm. Bucky, where's the fight? T'Challa, he's coming. With Iron Man and Deku. Mo was seen torturing Strange, while Iron Man and Deku watched from above, until Strange's cloak surprised them. Note, Izuku already knew about the gems, since Iron Man told him the situation in more detail. Coney, you're a very loyal cape. Spider-Man, yeah, talk about loyal. Izuku, but. What? Peter, I know what you're going to say. Coney, you shouldn't be here. Peter, I was thinking of going home. Izuku, here we go. Peter, but it was a very high fall and I shot my webs. Coney, oh my god. Peter, and this suit is ridiculously amazing, so in theory it's your fault, Mr. Stark. Coney, what did you say? Peter, I didn't say anything. And now I'm in space. Izuku, yes, right where we didn't want you to be. Coney, this isn't a trip to Brooklyn, this is a one-way trip. Don't tell me you even considered that. Peter, yes I did. Izuku, I don't think so. Peter, I can't be the friendly neighborhood Spider-Man if there isn't one or the other. Well, I didn't understand myself, but you know what I mean. Coney, well, we have a situation here. What's your plan? He said while watching Strange and Mo. Peter, well, have you seen Aliens? It's a really old movie. With Mo and Strange. Mo, painful, right? They were originally designed for microsurgery. And any of them. When he turned around, he saw Iron Man pointing at him. Mo, they will end your friend's life in an instant. Iron Man, I just want to say that he's not my friend, saving his life is a courtesy. Mo, you won't save anyone. Your powers are insignificant compared to mine. Iron Man, yes, but the kid has seen more movies. He said, firing a missile at the wall, making a hole that would take Mo. Strange would also take him, but Izuku would grab him with his whips, to which Iron Man would close the hole, ending with Mo wandering in space. Strange, we need to turn the ship around. Coney, yes, now he wants to run away. Strange, I want to protect the gem. Tant, and I want you to thank me, I'm listening. Strange, for almost launching me into space? Coney, who just saved your magical ass? Strange, I really don't know how your big head fits in that helmet. Izuku, that makes 2 of us. Coney, admit it, you should have run away when I told you to. Strange, unlike everyone in your life, I don't work for you. Coney, and thanks to that, we're in space in a giant donut with no reinforcements. Peter, I don't count? Coney, no, you're a stowaway, it's adult talk. Peter, and why is Izuku with you? Izuku, in theory I'm 21 years old, how many times have I told you? Strange, let's see. Who is he, your protege? Peter, no. I'm Peter, nice to meet you. Strange, Dr. Stephen Strange. Peter, use code names. So I'm Spider-Man. Coney, the ship is on autopilot. Izuku, can we turn it around? Take us home. Coney wouldn't respond. Strange, Stark. Coney, what? Strange, can you take us home? Coney, yeah, I heard them. But maybe we shouldn't. Izuku, there's no way we can take the time gem to Thanos. Strange, I don't think you understand. Tony, no, you don't understand. Thanos has been in my head for almost 6 years, ever since he sent his troops to New York, and now he's back. Going to him is something he doesn't expect. Strange, okay. But I warn you, if I have to save you, Midoriya, the child, or the gem, I won't hesitate to let them die. Izuku, done. At that Tony would approach Peter, putting his hand on his shoulders. Tony, well kid, you're an Avenger. In a small ship. Rocket was seen talking to Thor. Rocket, so your brother died. Thor, he was dead before. But I think he really is dead this time. Rocket, and you say your sister and father. Thor, they died too. Rocket, do you still have a mother? Thor, no, she was killed by a dark elf. Rocket, best friend? Thor, stabbed in the heart. Rocket, are you sure you're ready for this mission? Thor, yeah, sure. Anger, revenge, rage, pain, misfortune, they're all motivators, and they clear the mind. I'm more than ready. Thor's eyes would slowly begin to crystallize. Rocket, yes, but it's Thanos we're talking about, he's the toughest of all the tough ones. Thor, well he hasn't faced me yet. Rocket, yes, he did. Thor, he hasn't faced me twice. And I'll have a new hammer, don't forget. Rocket, I hope it's a super hammer. Thor, did you know I'm 1,500 years old? I've killed twice that many enemies, and each one tried to kill me, but failed. I'm alive because fate wants it that way. Thanos is just the next in a long line of fools and the last to feel my vengeance. Fate wants it that way. Rocket, and if you're wrong. Thor couldn't stand it any longer, and a tear spilled from his eye. Thor, if I'm wrong, what more do I have to lose? Thus happening what happened in the original story, with Rocket giving Thor an eye, and arriving at Nidavellir, finding out that Thanos' gauntlet was forged there, preparing everything together with Atri, the dwarf, to make Thor's new weapon. Back with Izuku and the others. These would be reaching Titan, only. Tony, I don't think this thing's going to land on its own. Midoriya, I want you to put your hand in the gyroscope, and close this like this. He said so Izuku would do the same. Izuku, you have to turn at the same time. They were getting closer and closer to the ground, but they would collide, causing the ship to break up and land very violently. Strange, they're fine. Izuku, yes. Tony, we owe you one. Peter, I'm warning you that if aliens implant xenomorph eggs in my chest, and I eat any of you, forgive me. Tony, I don't want any more pop culture references for the rest of the trip, got it? Peter, I'm trying to say that something is coming. At that, a sphere would fall in their midst, exploding. Izuku, why didn't you just say it? At that, the Guardians of the Galaxy would enter the ship, starting a fight, in which Peter would suspend Spider-Man and Iron Man would suspend Drax. Star-Lord, I'm going to ask this once. Where is Gamora? He said, taking off his mask. Iron Man, oh yeah? I have a better one, who's Gamora? He said, taking off his helmet. Drax, I have a much better one. Why is it Gamora? Peter, tell me where it is, or I swear I'll burn your henchman to a crisp. Tony, oh yeah, you shoot my friend, and I'll shoot yours. He said, taking out a cannon, pointing it at Drax. Drax, do it Quill, I'll take it. Mantis, no, he won't. Izuku, you're right, he can't. Peter, okay, I'm going to kill them all, I'm going to smash Thanos' face in until he tells me where he is. Strange, let's see. I'll ask you this just once, what master do you serve? Peter, what master do I serve, what do you expect me to answer, God? Tony, you're from the Earth. Peter, that's not true, I'm from Missouri. Izuku, yeah, that's on Earth, idiot. Why are they fighting with us? Spider-Man, they don't come with Thanos. Peter, no. I came to kill Thanos. He kidnapped my girlfriend, who are you? Spider-Man, we're the Avengers, dude. Mantis, you are the ones Thor told us about. Tony, do you know Thor? Quill, yeah, a tall, not at all handsome guy. They had to save him. Strange, and where is it? In Nidavellir. The four of them were looking at a mold. Rocket, the idea is to hit him with a brick? Ader, it's a mold, a king's weapon. It said it could summon Bifrost. Thor, does he have a name? Ader, Stormbreaker. Rocket, A little exaggerated. Thor, how do we forge it? Ader, you'll have to rekindle the forge. Awaken the heart of a dying star. Thor, hair. Light the ship. Back with Izuku and the others. Peter, this planet is 8 degrees off its axis. The gravitational pull is very unstable. Tony, we have an advantage and it will come to us. So doing the same plan, until the part where Strange sees the alternative futures. Quill, how many did you see, Doctor? Strange, 14,605 endings. Tony, and how many do we win? Strange, in 1. Peter, so. Strange, Midoriya, come here. Izuku would approach. Izuku, what's wrong? Strange, I need a hair of yours. Izuku, why? Strange, don't worry, I don't want your power. Peter, power? Izuku would pull out a hair, and with a spell, turn it into a bird, which would fly away. Izuku, a bird? Strange, you'll soon understand. We go to Vormir, where Thanos, Gamora and the Red Skull were, on top of a mountain. Thanos, how do you know this place so well? Red Skull, a lifetime ago, I too searched for the gems, even held one in my hand, but you banished me, and left me here. He said as they walked towards an abyss. Red Skull, I guide others to a treasure I cannot possess. Gamora, what is this? Red Skull, the price. The soul holds a special place among the Infinity Stones. It could be said to have a certain wisdom above all else. Thanos, tell me what he needs. Red Skull, to obtain the gem, you must sacrifice what you love most. This would surprise Thanos. Red Skull, a soul, for a soul. Gamora, yeah, all my life, I dreamed of the day. The moment. When you'd get what you deserve. And I was always disappointed. But now. You murder, you torture. And you call it mercy. The universe has judged you. You begged for a reward, and it said no. And you know why? Because you love nothing. No one. At that, Thanos would turn around and see that he was crying. Gamora, really? Tears? Red Skull, it's not because of him. At that, Thanos would start walking towards Gamora. Gamora, this isn't love. Thanos, I ignored my destiny once. I can't do it again. Even for you. At that, Gamora would try to stab herself with the double-bladed dagger, but Thanos would turn her into bubbles. Thanos, forgive me, little girl. At that, Thanos grabbed Gamora by the arm, beginning to drag her into the abyss as she tried to resist. Upon reaching the edge, Thanos, feeling all the pain he felt, threw Gamora off. He watched as his daughter fell into the void until she hit the ground. Gamora was dead. In that, Thanos would appear in another place, in a shallow lake, with the soul gem in his hand. The Avengers were seen on a jet landing in Wakanda. Okoye, when you said we would open the doors of Wakanda to the world, this was not what I imagined. T'Challa, and what did you imagine? Okoye, the Olympics. Maybe Starbucks. The jet's cockpit would open, and the Avengers would come out one by one. Bruce, shall we bow? Rowdy, yes, he is a king. Steve, it seems like I always have to thank you for something. He said, shaking T'Challa's hand. Bruce would bow, to which Rowdy would stifle a laugh. T'Challa, oh. We don't do that stuff here. Everyone would start walking. T'Challa, and tell me, how big could the attack be? Bruce, I think you should expect a very big attack. Natasha, how is everything? T'Challa, you'll have my royal guard, the border tribe, the Lauren and the Jinn, and Bucky, a semi-stable man of 100 years. He said so Steve would hug him. Bucky, nice to see you. Steve, how are you? Bucky, all good. For the end of the world. Change of scene, a laboratory. T'Challa's sister was seen analyzing the vision. Shuri, wow. The structure is pyromorphic. Bruce, right, we had to connect each neuron non-sequentially. Shuri, why didn't they just reprogram the synapses to work together? Vision would see Bruce again waiting for his answer. Bruce, because it didn't occur to us. Shuri, they did what they could. Wanda, you can do it. Shuri, yes, but there are over 2 trillion cells here. One misplaced one can cause a circuit failure. It'll take time. Steve, how much? Shuri, all they can give me. At that moment, Okoye's bracelet rings, and upon checking it, the Earth appears. Okoye, something is crossing the atmosphere. At that moment, several ships began to fall. One was about to fall on top of Wakanda, but the barrier destroyed it. Bucky, really, I love this country. War Machine, don't celebrate, they're falling further out of the dome. T'Challa, we will stop them. Steve, Wanda, as soon as they take the gem from Vision, blow it to bits. Wanda, yes. T'Challa, evacuate the city, activate all defenses. And give the man a shield. In Netherweiler. Thor and Rocket were in a ship watching the dying star lit up, but it would go out. Ader, how bad? Rocket, what's wrong? What's going on? Ader, the mechanism is broken. With the iris closed, I can't heat the metal. Thor, how long will it take to warm up? Ader, a few seconds, why? Thor, I'll keep it open. Ader, it's suicide. Thor, just like facing Thanos without that axe. He said, throwing himself at the star. In Wakanda. Everyone was seen in a formation in a grassy area. T'Challa, thank you for fighting with us. M'Baku, of course, brother. Everything would be normal, with Steve, T'Challa and Natasha's little chat with the children of Thanos, until the Chitauri would start to appear. T'Challa, hip-homp. All, hip-homp. A few moments would pass like this, the Chitauri would pass the barrier, until everyone saw how they were surrounding the wall. Steve, we have to keep them in front of us. One oi, and how do we do it? T'Challa, on my signal, open Northwest Sector 17. Radio, I request confirmation, Your Majesty, he said, open the barrier? T'Challa, on my mark. M'Baku, this will be the end of Wakanda. Okoye, and it will be the noblest end written in all of history. At that, T'Challa would put on his helmet. T'Challa, Wakanda forever. Saying that, everyone ran towards the barrier, being led by the captain and Black Panther. Panther, open it now. The dome was opened, starting the fight, which would be like the original story, the captain with his shields, Bruce using the Hulkbuster armor, etc. In Netherweiler. Thor would be preparing to open the star. Ader, do you understand this, boy? You will receive the full power of a star, it will annihilate you. Thor, only if I die. Ader, yes. That's what annihilate means. Thor would take the levers and with great force would lower them, opening the star, which Thor would be suffering, but the metal would be heating up. Ader, don't let go, Thor, don't let go. A few seconds passed and the metal would be ready to be put into the mold, but Thor would not resist and would release the levers, being thrown, which would cause Ader to break the mold. Rocket, he's already gone. Ader, he needs the axe. Where's the handle? Log, help me find the handle. Groot, upon seeing Thor, would decide to use his arm as a handle, joining the two parts of the axe, cutting off his arm, which would cause small rays to come out of Thor's hand. In Wakanda. Everyone was overwhelmed by the Chitauri, the captain, Black Panther, and Bruce were being cornered and beaten, but then, the Bifrost would appear, and from there an axe would come out that would free the aforementioned from the Chitauri. The axe returned to the Bifrost, and as the light dispersed, Thor was seen holding the weapon, Rocket with his gun, and Groot, which surprised the children of Thanos. Thor, bring me Thanos. He said to go for several Chitauri followed by Rocket and Groot. On Titan. Thanos was seen arriving on the planet, being greeted by Strange, having the same conversation. Strange, well, you see. Our will is equal to yours. Thanos, our. At that, Iron Man would throw a piece of his ship at him, crushing Thanos. Iron Man, piece of cake. Deku, yes, your plan was to make him angry. He said for everyone to go on the attack, to which Thanos broke free, and attacked Iron Man. Spider-Man covered Thanos' eyes with cobwebs, Izuku took the opportunity to hit him in the face, and Drax cut him on the left leg, to which Thanos removed the cobweb from his face. With Strange's help, Peter would put a bomb on Thanos' back. Peter, boom. He said, giving her the middle finger and jumping through a doorway, so the bomb would explode. Strange, don't close your hand. He said so that the cape would go around Thanos' glove. Strange would open and close portals, so that Spider-Man could enter and exit them attacking Thanos. Spider-Man, magic. More magic. Magic and a kick. Magic and. It didn't end as Thanos threw him away, and took the cape out of his hand. Iron Man launched several missiles at him, and with the fire from the explosions attacked him, throwing him into some rubble. Spider-Man would try to hold him with cobwebs, but Thanos would pull him and hit him, to which Deku would also arrive, connecting several blows quickly, and a Detroit smash in the face, sending him flying a few meters back. Without letting him rest, Deku connected another blow with 20% of one for all to the Titan, sending him flying, colliding with a few meters. As he stood up, Nebula appeared and hit him. Thanos, my. Nebula, you should have killed me. Thanos, it would have been a waste of parts. She attacked him again, landing several blows. Nebula, where is Gamora? She said so that Thanos could hit her and send her flying. At that, Strange would grab him by the gauntlet with some whips, trying to remove it, but he would resist. Drax kicked him in the back of the knee, making him fall, grabbing him to try to immobilize him. Peter would use an electromagnetic magnet to attract Thanos' other arm to the ground, so that Deku would arrive and hold it with his black whips. Iron Man would also arrive trying to remove Thanos' gauntlet, and with a portal, Mantis would climb onto the Titan's shoulders, putting him into a trance. Iron Man, you got it, don't let go. Mantis, hurry up, it's very strong. Iron Man, Parker, help me, I can't do it alone. He said so that Spider-Man would try to take off his glove with Iron Man. Peter, I thought it would be difficult, and the plan was mine. You're not that strong anymore, are you? Where's Gamora? Thanos, my. Gamora. Peter, don't lie to me, Thanos. Mantis, he's suffering. Peter, I know. Mantis, crying. He suffers. Drax, why would this monster suffer? Nebula, Gamora. Peter, what? Nebula, he took her to Vormir, but he came back with a gem. And not her. Peter didn't know how to respond, he was in shock by what he had just heard. Iron Man, Quill, you just have to relax. Got it? Deku, no, don't do it, we almost got it from him. Peter, tell me you didn't do it. Thanos wouldn't answer, but his silence confirmed it. Idiot. Tell me you didn't do it. Thanos, I had to. Peter, no, you shouldn't. No. You shouldn't do that. He said to start hitting Thanos in the face with his weapon, making Iron Man stop him, and Mantis release him. Spider-Man, almost there. At that, Thanos would wake up, hit Mantis, grab the gauntlet, freeing himself from all the Avengers one by one. Iron Man would go to attack him, but Thanos would hit him, sending him away. Drax, Mantis, and Peter would go to attack, but Thanos using the gauntlet would put them to sleep. At that, Iron Man and Deku would go to attack, connecting a blow each, but Thanos would counterattack, sending them to the ground. At that, Thanos using the gems, would make several pieces of Titan's moon rise, and head towards them. Deku, Stark. They both started to dodge the rocks. In Wakanda, the Avengers were in their battle. Rocket, take this, space beasts. Bucky, seeing that they were surrounded, would take Rocket, lifting him, starting to spin, finishing off the aliens that surrounded them. Rocket, how much for the gun? Bucky, not for sale. Rocket, okay, and about the arm? Bucky would just leave without saying anything. Rocket, it's gonna be mine. Elsewhere, Thor was seen attacking Chittery with the axe, encountering Steve. Captain, another look? Thor, I noticed you copied my beard. Captain, yes. Thor, by the way, he's a friend of mine, the Log. He said, pointing at Groot, who was running through 3 Chittery. Groot, I am Groot. Captain, and I'm Steve Rogers. Suddenly, some sort of vehicles began to appear, ravaging people and Chittery alike. They were about to crush Natasha and Okoye, but then Wanda arrived, stopping them with her powers, throwing them into several aliens. Okoye, because it's just appearing. Alien, it's out, arch it, take it off. In the laboratory, Arcanelo went for the gem, being stopped by several Wakandan soldiers, but he would easily finish them off. Shuri would try to defend herself, but she still ended up injured. When he looked for Vision at the table, he noticed that he was not there, to which Vision pushed him, causing them both to fall out of a window. Sam, we have a Vision problem. Captain, someone go with Vision. Bruce, I'm going for it. He said as he flew off with the Hulkbuster armor. Wanda, me too. She didn't finish speaking, because she was hit, falling into a crevice. Alien, he will die alone, just like you. Natasha, you are not alone. Looking around, she saw Natasha and Okoye on guard. Already tired of them, she started fighting. With Vision. This one was being beaten by Arcanelo and another alien, until Bruce would arrive. Bruce, oh no, don't even think about it. This won't be like New York. This suit was designed to beat the hell out of Hulk. Note, remember that it was Izuku who fought against Hulk in Age of Ultron, not Iron Man. At that, the alien grabbed the armor's hands, causing them to activate, sending the two flying. Bruce, hey, Vision needs help. He said while being hit by the alien. Bruce, Hulk, I know you like to make your entrance at the last second, this is the last second. At that, the alien removed the armor's left arm. Bruce, Hulk, no. Bruce, you're a worthless, damn idiot monster, I'll do it myself. He said he was going to land a few punches on his opponent, but the latter counterattacked, knocking him down. Just as he was about to finish him off, the latter put his glove on him, activating it, sending the alien flying into the shield, exploding. Bruce, Hulk, you and I have to figure this out, buddy. Wanda had finished off her opponent as well, but Vision was being pierced by the spear. Arcanelo, you're dying, machine. Like any man. He said, taking the spear out of his stomach. About to try to take the gem from him, Steve would knock him down. Captain, get out of here. He said to cover himself from a blow from Arcanelo, and knock him down again. Captain, run. He would get up again, but the captain would manage to throw Arcanelo's weapon, but he would grab him by the neck, knocking him down, starting to strangle him, but in that, Vision would run Arcanelo through with his own weapon, finishing him off. Captain, didn't I tell you to leave? Vision, no lives to be traded, Captain. On Titan. There was still debris raining down, but it didn't matter, as Strange was facing Thanos. With some clones he would grab Thanos since they all had him grabbed with whips, but he using the glove would take them off and approach Strange, grabbing him by the neck. Thanos, wizard, you're full of tricks, and yet you've never used your greatest weapon. He said, snatching Strange's necklace, destroying it, to find out that the time gem was not there. Thanos, it's fake. He said, throwing Strange to the ground. Thanos was going to use his glove, but a burst of compressed air hit Thanos' hand, which was thrown by Izuku. Deku's mind, I don't know how I did that, but I liked it. Deku, if you throw another moon at me, I'm going to go crazy. Thanos, Midoriya. Deku, you know me? Thanos, your powers are incredible, why don't you join me? And we will bring peace to the universe. Deku, thanks, but no thanks. One for all, 20%. He said to activate his power, going out against Thanos. Thanos, what are you waiting for? They collided their fists, Thanos with the activated gems, and Deku with his power, releasing a burst of air. Thanos was going to attack, but Izuku would hit him, to which Thanos would retreat, but when he recovered he would break his mask, hitting him, throwing him a few meters back. Upon recovering, Thanos threw a lightning bolt at him, but Izuku dodged it by going after Thanos. Being close, Thanos wanted to attack him, but Izuku would kick his hand, stepping on the hand that was on the ground. Izuku, smash. He said to turn around and hit Thanos hard in the face, causing him to touch his face. Thanos, all for a drop of blood. This would be released from Izuku's foot, causing him to spin in the air, falling to the ground, to which Thanos would begin to hit him non-stop in the face, starting to bleed little by little. Izuku would try to cover himself, but it would not work. Thanos would grab Izuku, and with the power of the gems he would throw him far away. This would be heading towards him, but Stark with his last forces, would shoot his lasers at him, making Thanos head towards him, attacking him. Tony would try to stab him, but Thanos would break the blade of the knife, and would pierce Tony, leaving him sitting on some rubble, and then go to Izuku, grabbing him by the head but without squeezing him. Thanos, you have my respect, Midoriya. When I'm done with this, half of humanity will still be alive. I hope they don't forget you. Izuku's mind, this is the end? He said as he watched Thanos aim at him. Strange, stop. Let him live. And I'll give you the gem. Izuku, no. Thanos, I don't want any tricks. In that, Strange would make the gem appear in his fingers, making Thanos levitate, who would take it and put it in his glove. Thanos, thank you, wizard. This would open a portal escaping, but Izuku would not give up and using 8% of 1 for all would run to the portal, following Thanos. Strange, follow him. The bird that Strange made with Izuku's hair would also cross the portal. On Earth. All the Avengers were gathered in a forest, but the atmosphere was strange. At that, a portal opened, and Izuku came out, stumbling. Sam, the boy? Izuku, careful. He said as he stood up, and Thanos would appear. Bruce, Cap, that's who I told you about. Captain, everyone, to your posts. Just like the original story, the Avengers were trying to stop Thanos, while Wanda destroyed the gem. Everyone fell, only Izuku remained, who hit Thanos' right knee, gauntlet, and face with 5%, since his body was too tired to even use 8%. Thanos was going to hit him, but Izuku would stop him with great effort, but Thanos grabbing Izuku's hands would move them, hitting him very hard on the head, leaving him knocked out on the ground. Just like the original story, Wanda would destroy the gem. Thanos, I understand you perfectly, my child. Better than anyone. Wanda, you would never understand. Thanos, I've lost more today than you can imagine. But this isn't the time for regrets. He said to start walking. Thanos, now, the time is mine. He would use the time gem to rebuild Vision. Wanda would try to stop him, but Thanos would hit her, sending her flying, grabbing Vision and taking the gem from him, destroying his skull. Thanos already had all the gems in his possession, but some lightning bolts dragged him back. It was Thor who threw Stormbreaker at him, to which Thanos would use lightning to try to stop it, but he couldn't, and the axe was stuck in his chest. At that, Thor would grab him by the head. Thor, I told you, Thanos, that you would die for this. He said, sinking the axe deeper into his chest, causing him to scream in pain. Thanos, you should have gone for the head. Thanos had snapped his fingers having a vision, where he saw Gamora as a child. Thanos, daughter? Gamora, did you make it? Thanos, yes. Gamora, at what cost? Thanos, I lost everything. Back in reality, Thanos had the gauntlet almost destroyed, with the axe still stuck in it. Thor, what have you done? What have you done? Thanos, without responding, would escape to another place, to which the Avengers would begin to awaken. Captain, where did he go? Bucky, oh. Steve? He said as they watched him disintegrate, followed by several Wakandans, Black Panther, Groot, Wanda, and Sam. Izuku, no. It's not true. On Titan. Mantis, something bad is happening. He said as he disintegrated, followed by Drax and Quill. Strange, Tony. There was no other way. He said to be disintegrating too. Peter, Mr. Stark. I don't feel well. Tony, are you okay? Peter, no. I don't know. He said as he slowly disintegrated, hugging Tony on the verge of tears. Peter, I don't want to go. I don't want to go, sir, please don't. I'm sorry. Peter Parker was also disintegrated. On Earth. They were all in one place, seeing the body of Vision. In New York. Nick Fury was seen urgently searching for something in his car, while everyone disintegrated. He would find it, and press a button, to see it disintegrate. Nick, I'm taking the... He didn't finish speaking, as it disintegrated, but he managed to send a message through the device. 2017, moments before Thanos made the snap. In a house. Clint's daughter could be seen practicing her archery skills with him. Clint, don't shoot yet. Do you see the target? Layla, yes. Laura, hey, should I put mayonnaise or mustard on it? Layla, who puts mayonnaise on a sausage? Clint, your brothers. 2 with mustard, please, thanks, love. Layla, Nick, youngest son, honey, do you want both? Nick, tomato sauce. Layla had shot, hitting the target, to which Clint would congratulate her. Clint, you have a hawk eye, ha ha, go get your arrow. Layla, yes. Laura, hey, no more practice, it's time to eat. Clint, here we go. Layla, come on. But when he turned around he couldn't find his daughter. Clint, Layla? Daughter? He turned to look at his family, but they weren't there either. Clint, love? Love? Children. Children. Laura. 3 weeks later, Guardians of the Galaxy ship. Tony Stark could be seen somewhat malnourished, turning on the destroyed helmet of his armor, recording a message. Tony, Miss Potts, if you find this recording, don't upload it to social media because it's too tragic. I don't know if you'll ever watch it, I don't know if you are. I hope so. Today is the 21st, no, the 22nd. If it weren't for the existential terror of literally staring into the emptiness of space, I'd say I feel a little better. The infection has already cleared, thanks to the blue villain. Oh, you'd love her. She's very practical. And a little sadistic. The ship failed and we got 48 more hours of flight time, but now we're adrift, 1,000 light years from 7-Eleven. The oxygen will run out early tomorrow morning. And I know I said there wouldn't be any more surprises, but I was hoping to give you all one more. But it seems. You know what it seems. Maybe I should get some sleep. But I assure you, when I fall asleep, I'll be dreaming of you. He said, turning off his helmet, to lie down and sleep. Nebula, seeing him on the floor, carried him to a chair, making him more comfortable, and then left. Moments passed, but a light would awaken Tony, a girl who radiated an intense light. She was Captain Marvel. On Earth. The Avengers were at their base. Steve would be shaving his face, until everything would start to shake, going out to the garden, to see how Captain Marvel landed carrying the ship. Tony came out very malnourished, to which Steve and Izuku went to help him. Tony, I didn't stop him. Steve, neither do we. Tony, wait. I lost the kid. Izuku, we lost Tony. Tony, I know. At that moment Pepper would arrive hugging Tony. At the barracks, the Avengers could be seen surrounding a table, where the people who were disintegrated were passing by. Steve, 23 days since Thanos came to Earth. Natasha, the world governments are in pieces. The parts that still function are trying to take a census, and it seems he did what he said he was going to do. Thanos wiped out 50% of the creatures in existence. In that, the images of Peter and Gwen would pass, making Izuku and Tony feel very bad. Tony, where is it? Steve, nobody knows. He just opened a portal and left. Tony, and what's wrong with him? He said, pointing at Thor. Rocket, he's angry, he thinks he failed. And the truth is, he is, but he's not the only one who feels that way. Tony, I'll tell you something, a second ago I thought you were a stuffed animal. Rocket, maybe I am. Izuku, we've been looking for him for 3 weeks. Satellites, scans. And nothing. Steve, you guys fought. Tony, who? No, we didn't fight. He threw a planet at me while the street magician gave him what he wanted. The same thing would happen, Tony going crazy, fainting and the others putting him to bed. Rowdy, Bruce gave him a sedative, maybe he'll sleep all day. Carol, you guys take care of him, I'll bring him a Zorian elixir when I get back. He said, starting to walk. Izuku, where are you going? Carol, to kill Thanos. At that, everyone started following her. Natasha, hey, we usually work as a team and here the mood is down. Steve, I know space is your territory, but it's our fight too. Rowdy, at least you know where it is? Carol, I know someone who might know. Nebula, don't bother, I'll tell them where Thanos is. Scene change, now everyone is in another room. Nebula, Thanos spent a long time perfecting me. While working, he would often tell me about his grand plan. I wanted to please him, so I asked him, where will we go when we're done with this mission? He always answered the same. The garden. Rowdy, Thanos has a retirement plan. Steve, and where is it? In that, Rocket would use a hologram showing the Earth. Rocket, when Thanos snapped his fingers, Earth became the origin of a cosmic-sized overload. No one had ever seen anything like it before. Until 2 days ago. He said, showing another planet. Rocket, on this planet. Izuku, he used them again. Bruce, we'd be a little short on people. Rowdy, he still has the gems, so. Carol, we have to use them. Bring everyone back. Bruce, just like that? Steve, yes. Just like that. Natasha, if there's even a chance to turn this around. It has to be done, for those who are no longer with us. Bruce, if we do this, why do you think it will be different? Carol, because they didn't have me before. Rowdy, hey, new girl, this room is full of superheroes, where were you? Carol, defending other planets. Izuku, you have a good point. Thor would stand up and stand in front of Carol, holding out his hand, grabbing the Stormbreaker, to which Carol would smile. Thor, I like her. Izuku's mind, he made eyes at her. Steve, we have to go after that son of a bitch. Outside the ground, in the ship, the whole group could be seen sitting in some seats. Rocket, well, who here hasn't traveled to space? He said to see Natasha, Steve, and Rowdy, with his hand raised. Rocket, don't throw up my ship. Nebula, we'll do the super jump in 3, 2, 1. He said to press the button, arriving at the planet in an instant, at which Captain Marvel would leave the ship. Marvel, I'll go ahead and observe. He said, flying off towards the planet. On the ship, Natasha would look at Izuku looking at a photo on his cell phone of him and Gwen hugging, while behind them was the Empire State Building. Natasha, I know this is going to work. Izuku, I know you do. Because I don't know what I'm going to do if not. In that, Marvel would return. Marvel, there are no satellites, troops, or anything. It's just him. Nebula, and that's enough. Somewhere on that planet. Thanos could be seen cooking calmly, but then he saw a light, and a Marvel lightning bolt collided with him, while he covered himself with the glove. When the lightning stopped, Izuku appeared, hitting him in the chest, making him step back, so that Captain Marvel arrived and grabbed him by the neck. Bruce with the Hulkbuster would come out of the ground, grabbing Thanos' arm so he wouldn't use the glove, while Izuku held the other with his black whips. Then Thor arrived, who with his axe would cut off Thanos' arm, to which the Titan would scream in pain. Then Captain, Natasha, War Machine, and Rocket would enter through the entrance. Rocket would flip the gauntlet, but the gems were nowhere to be found. Rocket, oh no. Izuku, where are they? Marvel, answer the question. Thanos, the universe needed a correction. After that, the gems no longer served a purpose other than to inspire temptation. Bruce, you killed millions. He said, pushing Thanos, leaving him lying on the ground. Thanos, you should thank me. Natasha, where are the gems? Thanos, I destroyed them, I reduced them to atoms. Bruce, you used them 2 days ago. Thanos, I used the gems to destroy the gems. Everyone was shocked. Thanos, that almost killed me. But the job is done. And it always will be. He placed his hand on the ground, lifting himself up a little. Thanos, I am inevitable. Rowdy, let's check the whole planet, he must be lying. Nebula, he may have flaws. But he's not a liar. Thanos, thank you, daughter. Maybe I was too hard on you. It didn't end, as Thor quickly cut off his head. Rocket, what? What did you do? Thor, I aimed for his head. Izuku, no. Thor would be leaving, while the others just hung their heads, knowing there was no way to return everything to normal. The Avengers lost the war. 5 years later. Everyone was depressed, unable to overcome what had happened. Izuku had neglected his training for a year, but he would take it up again. He believed that this way he could distract himself from what had happened, eventually mastering 30% of One for All. San Francisco. A van could be seen inside a warehouse with a strange keyboard, and a machine in the back. A mouse would sit on top of the keyboard, activating some buttons, causing the machine to activate, and Ant-Man would emerge from there. Here everything would happen like in the original story, Ant-Man finding out everything that was happening. Avengers headquarters. Steve and Natasha would be talking until Izuku arrived. Izuku, hey guys. Natasha, hello, kid. Steve, hello. Izuku, I saw a group of whales today when I was passing by the bridge. Natasha, on the Hudson? Izuku, there are fewer boats, the water is cleaner. Natasha, hey, if you convince me there's anything good in this, I'll hit you in the face with a peanut butter sandwich. Izuku, ha. It's the custom. He said, sitting at the table with the two. Steve, I try to encourage everyone to move on from this, to keep going. Like everyone else. But we don't. Natasha, if I overcome this, who will do this? Steve, maybe it's not necessary. Natasha, before I had nothing. And now I have this. This job. This family. Made me better than I was. And that. Made me better than I was. And even though everyone's gone, I still try to be better. Izuku, I think the three of us need a life. Natasha, Steve first. In that, a video from the security camera is shown, seeing that it was Scott, to which they would be surprised, because he was one of those who had disintegrated. Scott, hey, hello, is anyone home? I'm Scott Lang. We met a few years ago at the airport in Germany. I'm the one who got huge, wearing a mask. You might not recognize me. Steve, is this an old message? Natasha, it's outside. Izuku, I'll go open it. Minutes later, Squirt would be walking in circles, while being watched by the three Avengers. Steve, Scott, are you okay? Scott, yeah. Have you ever studied quantum physics? Izuku, once in class. Scott, okay. 5 years ago, before he came, I was trapped in a place called the quantum realm. It's a place you can only enter when you're incredibly small. Hope, she was supposed to get me out of there. And Thanos showed up and I was trapped in there. Natasha, what a shame, it must have been a long 5 years. Scott, yeah, but that's the thing. It wasn't. For me, it was 5 hours. Izuku, what? Like another dimension? Scott, no, but the rules of the quantum realm aren't the same as they are here. Everything here is unpredictable. Is anyone going to eat the sandwich? I'm starving. He said to go to the table and take a bite of the sandwich. Steve, Scott, what are you talking about? Scott, time works differently in the quantum realm. The problem is, there's no way to travel through it right now. But what if there was? I keep thinking about that. What if we could control chaos and navigate through it? And what if there was a way to enter the quantum realm at one point in time and exit the quantum realm at another point in time, like before Thanos? Izuku, let's see. You're talking about a time machine? Scott, no. No. It's not like a time machine, but like. Yeah, that's it, a time machine. I know it sounds crazy, but I keep thinking about it. There must be a way. I know, I'm crazy. Natasha, I get emails from a raccoon. Nothing's crazy to me. Scott, and who do we talk to about this? We moved on to a house in the woods on the riverbank, where Tony and his daughter Morgan were, until I saw Scott, Steve, Natasha and Izuku leave. Morgan, Izuku. He said, starting to run to the green-haired boy. Izuku, hello Morgan. He said to lift her up. Izuku, you've grown since last time. Morgan, yes. Izuku, great, but we need to talk to your dad, you better go inside. Now the five were seen outside the house. Tony was serving refreshments for everyone, while Lang would explain the whole plan. Scott, I know, it sounds impossible. Steve, Tony, after what you've seen, do you think there's? Tony, quantum fluctuation affects the Plantium scale, which triggers the Dutch proposition. Are we in agreement? He said, giving a glass to Izuku. Tony, just so you understand, they won't be coming back. Scott, I'm back. Tony, no, you lived by accident, the probability is 1 in a million. And now you propose a. What did you say? Scott, time heist. Tony, of course. Why didn't we do it before? Because it's laughable and impossible. Izuku, the gems are in the past, we can find them and go back. Natasha, we can revive the others. Tony, or do something worse. Steve, I don't think so. Tony, I really miss that optimism sometimes. However, hope isn't helpful unless there's a logical and tangible way to safely execute that. Time heist. For me, the result will be death. Scott, not if we follow the rules of time travel. You know, no talking to our past selves, no betting on sports. Tony, wait, are you telling me your plan is to go back to the future? Scott, no. At that point, Morgan would arrive. Morgan, Mom said to come save you. Tony, and you did. You saved me. Well done. Oh, the table is for 7 just in case. Steve, Tony, I'm happy for you, I really am. But it's a second chance. Tony, this is my second chance, I'm not going to waste it. If we're not going to talk about this, stay for lunch. The four would retreat to the car. Natasha, he's scared. Izuku, and he has a good reason. Scott, yeah, but what are we going to do, give up? We need it. Steve, no, I want to do the right thing. Izuku, we need a big brain. Scott, more than his? You could see how the four of them were sitting at a table with Bruce, but he had his Hulk form. Hulk, help yourselves, don't worry, I feel like I'm the only one eating. Scott, I'm very confused. Hulk, 5 years ago they gave us everything, I lost twice. Izuku, nobody blamed you. Hulk, well, I do. For years I tried to see the Hulk as a disease, until I started seeing him as a cure. 18 months of working with gamma rays, I united the mind and the force into a single being. Now look at me, the best of both worlds. Steve, back to what I said earlier. Hulk, sure. They want to travel back in time and save them. That's not something I specialize in. Natasha, but you brought Hulk and Bruce together. Here everything would happen like in the original story, Bruce accepting, Tony making the time machine, returning the shield to Steve, and Scott's failed time travel, until Hulk, Rocket, and Izuku would go to recruit Thor. Valkyrie, they shouldn't have come. Hulk, Valkyrie, hello angry girl. Valkyrie, I think it was better to have you big and normal. Hulk, they are Rocket and Izuku. Valkyrie, hello. You don't want to see them. Izuku, is it that bad? Valkyrie, we see him once a month when he comes for supplies. He said, pointing to some beer barrels. Elsewhere, Rocket was knocking on the door, but it was open, so the three of them entered. Rocket, but what? There's something dead here. Hulk, hello? Izuku, Thor? Thor, are you here for cable? Cinemax has been on for 2 weeks, and the sports channels are out. He said as he grabbed a bottle of beer, and when he turned around he would see the three of them. Thor, hey. They're my friends. Seeing him, they were surprised, since Thor had gained weight. Thor, how have you been? He went to greet the three of them, hugging them. Thor, have you met my friends? Nick and Gorg? Korg, hello friends. Hulk, years without seeing them. Korg, there's beer there, and you can connect to the Wi-Fi. No password, obviously. Thor, he's back. The kid on TV called me an idiot again. He said, pointing at the screen while playing Fortnite. Thor, noob, master. Korg, yes, noob, master 69. Thor, it really is annoying. Korg, he called me an idiot. Thor would grab the headphones, putting one in his ear. Thor, noob master, hello, it's Thor again, the god of thunder. Hey, either you log out of the game right now, or I'm going to fly to your house, break into the basement where you're hiding, rip your arms off, and shove them up your ass. Yeah, run, cry to your daddy, you little rat. He said to give the headphones to Grog. Thor, if he comes back, let me know. Quark, thanks Thor. Izuku's mind, I've seen a lot of toxicity in games. But this is on another level. Thor, do you want something to drink? We have beer, tequila, we have everything. He said, using the Stormbreaker to open a bottle and take a drink. Hulk put his hand on Thor's shoulder. Hulk, are you okay? Thor, sure, you don't notice it or what? Rocket, you're even embarrassing. Thor, ha, so? You're going to want a drink? Hulk, we need you. There's a way to fix what happened. Thor, with the cable? Because it's been driving me crazy for weeks. Izuku, no, with Thanos. Hearing that, Thor looked depressed, lowering his head, grabbing Izuku's shirt collar. Thor, never. Say. That name. Korg, yes, my friend, we never use that name here. Izuku would put his hand on Thor's wrist. Izuku, please take your hand off me. He said, making a little effort, removing his hand from his shirt. Izuku, I understand that. He might scare you. Thor, why would I leave? Why would I be scared, that madman? I was the one who killed him, forget? Someone else here killed him? No. That's what I thought. He said to go walk somewhere else. Hulk, I understand, you're depressed, do you know who helped me get over it? Thor, Natasha? Hulk, it was you. Thor would go sit down. Hulk, maybe we can get them back. Thor, enough. I know you think I'm drowning in self-pity, waiting to be rescued. But it's great here, isn't it? Krog, yes, everything is great here. Thor, so whatever you're offering us, we don't want it. Bye. Izuku, maybe a way for you to say goodbye to your mother. Thor, hearing this, became thoughtful, with his hand covering his mouth, on the verge of tears. Rocket, there's some beer on the ship. Thor, which one do you have? Avengers Base. Natasha had recruited Clint, Rocket and Tony were building the time machine, Clint had tested time travel, successfully achieving it, now everyone was putting together the plan. All the gems were displayed on screens. Steve, the way we're going to do it works. Now we have to decide where and when. Each of us has come across at least one Infinity Stone. Tony, or trade finding for almost dying for one of the 6 weeks of Infinity. Scott, well, I don't even know what they're talking about. Izuku, there are enough particles for one trip each, round trip. Bruce, and gems have been in many places throughout history. Clint, you have to plan your destinations well. Steve, okay, first the leather. Thor, tell us. When I saw Thor, he seemed to be asleep in a chair with a ladle of beer in his hand. Natasha, is he asleep? Rocket, I think he's dead. After waking him up. On the screen you could see the leather. Thor, where do I begin? The leather. It's not actually a gem, it's more like a slick thing. He said while putting drops in his eyes, while everyone looked at him strangely. Thor, someone needs to correct that. But there's a great story. My grandfather had to hide it from the dark elves, evil creatures. And Jane, who is actually. Here she is. He said as a photo of Jane appeared on the screen. Thor, it's just that. Jane was a great love of mine. She put her hand through a rock, and then the leather entered it. And she got very sick, and I had to take her to Asgard, which is where I come from, and there we tried to cure her. I took her to meet my mother who died. In fact, Jane and I don't date anymore. Although she's okay, nothing lasts forever and. Tony, okay. Do you want something to eat? Thor, no. I want sushi. Now we see the Avengers eating Japanese food at a big table while Rocket was talking. Rocket, Quill said he stole the Power Stone from Morag. Hulk, is it a person? Rocky, no, Morag is a planet, Quill is the person. Scott, is it a planet in outer space? Rocket, oh, little thing, he's just like a puppy, happy and excited. Do you want to go to space? Do you want to go to space? I'll take you to space. In a different room. Nebula, Thanos found the Reality Stone on Vormir. Izuku, what is Vormir? Nebula, a domain of death, right in the center of celestial existence. That's where Thanos killed my sister. There was silence for a few seconds. Scott, I'm not going. Now we see Natasha, Tony, and Izuku lying on a table. Natasha, and the one with the time gem? Izuku, Doctor Strange. Natasha, yes, where is it? Tony, his house in Greenwichville. Izuku, in the Sullivan house? Natasha, did you live in New York? Izuku, yes. Natasha, if we choose the correct year there will be 3 gems in one place. Tony, good thinking. Now we are in a room. Steve, okay, we have a plan. 6 gems, 3 teams, 1 chance. Now we see them in the time machine. Steve, 5 years ago, we lost everyone. We lost friends, family, loved ones, and a part of us. This is our chance to get it all back. You have your teams and your missions. Get the gems and bring them back. Look out for each other. Only 1 trip per person. This is the fight of our lives. And we're going to win. Izuku, did you write all that down or did it just occur to you? Tony, you heard the old man, activate the machine, Barton. Note, Clint will not go, since there were not enough PIM particles. Clint would be activating the machine. Izuku had the guardianship in his hand, in small size. Rocket, do you promise you'll bring her back in one piece? Izuku, I'll try. Natasha, I see them. The machine would activate, taking everyone back in time. New York 2012. Z saw the Avengers of that time fighting against the Chitauri, and in a street appeared Hulk, Tony, Captain and Scott from the future. Captain, the missions were divided, 2 gems to the north, 1 to the south, be discreet and watch the terrain. At that, the Hulk of the past would start crushing things, making him look like a child, which would embarrass the Hulk of the future. Captain, maybe you should smash some things. Hulk, I think it's unnecessary but here I go. Elsewhere, we see the Ancestral defending his building, with Hulk arriving, wanting to get in. Ancestral, I don't recommend it, we just wax the floors. Hulk, I've come to see Doctor Strange. Ancestral, you arrived 5 years early. Strange is in surgery a few blocks away. Why do you want to see him? Hulk, I need that. He said, pointing at the eye of Agamotto that hung ancestrally around his neck. Ancestral, yes, I don't think so. Hulk, it wasn't a question. Ancestral, you don't want to do this. Hulk, no, but I need the gem and I don't have time to argue. Ancestral slapped Hulk on the chest, bringing Bruce out of him, in his astral form. Bruce, like. Ancestral, we get emotional again. Asgard 2013. Thor and Rocket were spying. Thor, there's Jane. Rocket, here's the plan, you distract her, I'll extract the gem, and we run. Thor, I'll be right back, the bar is right downstairs and there are some barrels of beer and. Just then some ladies passed by, and the two of them stared at them. Rocket, and that pretty lady? Thor, she's my mother. And she's dying today. Rocket, oh, really today? Thor, no. No, I can't do this, I can't, I shouldn't have come, what a bad idea. Rocket, hey, come on. Thor, no, I feel like a severe panic attack. Rocket, come closer. Thor, no. Rocket slapped Thor to calm him down. Rocket, you think you're the only one who lost their family, what do you think we're doing here? I lost the only family I've ever had. Drax, Quill, Drax, the girl with the antennae. They're gone now. I know you miss your mom, but she's gone, she's not here anymore. And there are many people who are gone, but not completely. And you can save them. So is it too much to ask that you brush the crumbs out of your beard, talk nice to your sweetheart, and when she's distracted, take the gem from her, and help me get my family back? Thor, all right. Rocket, are you crying? Thor, no. Yes. I feel like I'm going crazy. Rocket, take control of yourself, I know you can do it. Thor, yes, I will. Rocket would start walking. Thor, yes I can, yes I can. No, I can't. He said, running in another direction. Rocket, all right, Don Juan. She's all alone now. It's now or never. Turning around, he saw that Thor was not there. Rocket, Thor? Thor?